As we edge close to the summer 2025, focus switches to the international scene, that's right. And of course, over in the States, it'll be a Gold Cup, that's right, with 16 nations competing for glory. Today, we're going to preview a nation, and we're coming at you next. That's right, folks, but once again, we're in another video today. We're previewing the Gold Cup. We're going to take a look at one of the nations taking part in this summer spectacular. We'll get to that in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. You want subscribe for Gold Cup, World Football, Blackburn Rovers. We've got it all here under one Ruski. That's right, 16 nations from around the globe. That's right. We do have a guest nation taking part in this summer spectacular. We'll get to all of that in a second. Of course, big shout out to the members and the patrons. You know who you are. So what we'll do today is, of course, look at one of the nations, see their hopes and dreams heading into this summer tournament. Are they contenders? Will they get eliminated in the group stages? We'll take a look at all that. We're going to start right here, right now. Well, next up on the blocks, it's Canada. That's right, of course. Trying to really put themselves on the map at just the right time, heading into, of course, the final 12 months or so before the World Cup. They qualified as Concacaf Nations League A quarter-finalists, secured their spot on the 19th of November 2024. This is their 17th appearance in the Gold Cup as a Gold Cup, and their 20th as, of course, the Concacaf trophy or whatever you want to call it. Their last appearance was back in 2023. They have won it twice, once in this new version back in 2000 and once back in the old school version back in 1985. They're currently ranked 30th in the world according to FIFA, but we'll see how they rank in this tournament, of course. But let's take a look at the key men then. Alphonso Davies, what a player. 50 million euros. He's up there with the highest ranked players in this tournament. He does play for Bayern at the moment. Contract expires in 2030. Will that be enough to tempt him to go to Real Madrid? Of course, he's on their radar. Left back, left wing back, left full back, whatever you want to call it. Winger. He can play anyway. He's got a wonderful left foot, and of course, without him, Canada are much a different side, different in the negative. But they have a good man at the helm here. Jesse Marsh, of course, harshly treated, perhaps at Leeds. Didn't get a look in for the USA job. But he's here with Canada, and he's doing all right now for these guys. 1.69 points per match ratio, and his contract does expire after the World Cup next year, so it could be a chance to reset the blocks then, but we'll see. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the key players then for Canada. This is a rough roster, nothing to get excited about, just some players that could feature. Maxime Crepeau between the sticks of the Portland Timbers. We have Dane Sinclair as well, and Tom McGill of Brighton. And of course, we talked about him already. Alphonso Davies, Alistair Johnson there of Celtic, Cornelius at the back from Marseille. We've got Mosita Mobito as well from Nice. We've also got Crew Alexandra fella, Jamie Knight-Labelle. Goodness gracious me. Into midfield, then we've got the likes of Tejon Buchanan from Villarreal, decent little player. Ishmael Kone as well from Rennes. Also the likes of Jonathan Osorio from Toronto. Up top, we've got the likes of Jonathan David, Cecil Laurent there of Malaga, I believe. Meanwhile, we've got David Jabasson from Bournemouth to mix it up a little bit. This is, of course, a recent lineup here on the left-hand side. We have Dane Sinclair between the sticks. We have Derek Cornelius, Mose Bombito, Alphonso Davies, and Alistair Johnson completing the back four there. Meanwhile, moving forward, Stefan Esquisito there with Ishmael Kone in those midfield central slots there with Ali Ahmed and Jonathan Osorio on the wings. Jonathan David, Cecil Loren up top. Meanwhile, the goals have been coming from David and Schaffelberg on the wing there. Junior Hoylett, legend, ex-Rover, still knocking on the door here to get a spot here. Meanwhile, the key assists man have been Jonathan David and Sile Loren as well. Again, the official squads and teams will be announced closer to the tournament, but what about, of course, the key individuals from the stats point of view? Well, this is the man. It is Jonathan David outright, 7.65. Jacob Schaffelberg's up there with a 7.28 with Musis Bombito as well. So those have been the star men thus far in 2025. Moving forward, this is how they qualified, sort of thing. They finished top of the bins, number one seed heading into this. Heading into the Nations League, should we say? But this has been a key ingredient in their qualification for this tournament. They are also a co-host as well. That does help. This is their group, Group B, which appears to be quite wide open. When I say wide open, I think Canada should qualify at one of the top two spots. I'm not necessarily saying they're going to be top spot, but they should have enough to be in the top two. I'm not saying any of the other nations realistically should be number one. I just think Canada will be one of the top two. I do think it's wide open between Honduras, El Salvador, and Curacao to join Canada. Now, again, with all that tussling and hustling and bustling, Canada could actually slip in a second spot, which would be quite a bit of a a bad move for them moving forward, because they need to finish top to have a bit of control of their destiny and kind of maybe propel them closer to glory. Anyway, they'll kick it all off with the match against Honduras on June 17th. Then they'll take on Curacao on June 21st. They'll wrap up their three-peat against El Salvador on June 24th before a fall or autumn build-up, of course, with Romania on the agenda. But they don't want it to end there. They want it to end at El Salvador. They want to keep on going. We'll take a look at what I mean about that in a second. This is, of course, their kit. Pretty savvy. Made by Nike. Central Crest. Don't really like that, but we'll talk about that in another video. Their away kit's much better. And, of course, if you don't know where Canada are, here they are, neighbouring USA, and, of course, co-hosting this tournament. But why do I think Canada will finish in this year's Gold Cup? Well, it is very much on the line here. Of course, I do think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think they've got the right man in the dugout. I do think they have key individuals as well, as long as they're fit and raring to go. Of course, I think Alphonso Davies was it the World Cup or another tournament that that they featured last summer or the summer up prior? I don't know. It was injured and they kind of really blew their chances to go far. But if everyone's fit and raring to go, these guys can challenge. And I think they can actually go to the final. That's right. I don't think they'll win it. They'll go very close, and of course we'll make them sweat, and maybe just maybe can possibly get the silverware at the end of it. But it's going to be tough, but they're definitely in the mixer, and that's my take on Canada. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. That's right. Does this nation stand a chance to get through to the knockout stages? Do they even have a shot at glory? Let me know down below. Of course, over the course of the next few days, we'll preview the remaining nations in this summer's tournament. If you already missed one, make sure you check it out as well. And do me an honour and smash that thumbs up and smash your subscribe. We're going to have non-stop coverage of the Gold Cup right here, of course, so make sure you hit the order of subscribing to the channel. But until then, I'll see you soon when we return. But until then, we're done.